Hi guys, I'm Renee. I'm an epilepsy warrior from WA. Today we're going to talk about a tough subject for me. ADD or attention deficit disorder and epilepsy. As I've said before, when I was 14 I was diagnosed with epilepsy and put on medication. Then a couple of years later my mother decided that I had attention deficit disorder and sent me to a few doctors. And I was shortly after diagnosed with ADD, and I was put on dexamphetamine. It wasn't a nice experience. So I took the medication. I thought it helped. Obviously your concentration is affected by epilepsy, your memory is affected by epilepsy. Many other things, you're having seizures all the time, so you're forgetting things, you can't remember things, so it's a lot harder. So like I say, I have no doubt there is attention deficit disorder out there, but I think in my case it was definitely, I think, misdiagnosed. I think the doctor was thinking about all the things that were wrong with me and didn't consider the fact that I also had epilepsy. So yes, anyway, so I kept taking it for many years until I was about 21, and then I started taking it and using it the wrong way. I was taking up to sometimes 20 a day. I was in a very dark place, as I've said before. It is easy to get into that dark place. I had a doctor telling me I was going to be dead by the time I was 25, and I thought, well, what the hell, I may as well go out with a bang. So I was in a very bad place, and in the end my partner, my now husband, made me stop taking the medication, and I had to. It was very hard coming off it because Dexies are an amphetamine, so it helped a lot with the being tired and stuff. So it was very hard. It took me many years to be able to not be dependent on that. So it was, yes, I had a hard time with those, and I haven't been on Dexies for 20 years, and like my concentration is really good these days because I changed my diet. I don't doubt there's ADD out there. I don't doubt there's kids out there with ADD, and probably the medication would work for them, but I think it is heavily misdiagnosed. I've found that now, having two girls in school, how easily they are to say, well, this is wrong with them, that is wrong with them, instead of looking at the harder things. So, but it's all my experience is based on the epilepsy. I think I was definitely misdiagnosed because of the epilepsy. I think they just kept on looking at the things that I was struggling with because of the epilepsy. They didn't take into the account all the damage the medication was doing to my brain, the seizures were doing to my brain. And it was a quick fix, which is what happens a lot in the world. And my mother sort of encouraged medication as well, so that didn't help, which is why today I am very stringent on people putting you on medication. Diagnosis is too easy. Like even with depression, I don't take antidepressants when I get depressed. I'll go for a walk, I'll try and do something else. I have to take enough of this goddamn epilepsy medication without adding something else to it. I already have to struggle with the side effects of the epilepsy medication without adding something else that is going to have its own side effects that are going to mess up my life. So my advice is definitely, if you're looking at that and that is being told that maybe your child or an adult has got ADD and they have got epilepsy, please go to 3 or 4 specialists. Definitely check with do a lot of study. Don't be so quick to put them onto the medication. Look at changing diet. Diet has been a game changer for me, like I've said many times before. The keto diet and a low carb diet has helped my brain immensely. My concentration is really good. I go grocery shopping. I don't need to write a list. I remember everything. So, like I say, diet is definitely the first option. Medication should be the absolute last option. I am not saying that ADD doesn't exist. I 100% believe it does. I have seen kids that have got it. But you've got to be so careful that they just don't diagnose you with that when you have epilepsy, when most of those things, that problems that you're having, is because of the epilepsy. And a lot of doctors don't really understand what it is doing to the brain. The brain is still a very thing that nobody really understands. And I think sometimes the doctors don't really understand how much damage the medication does to us. But at the end of the day, we have to take it or we have our seizures. So it's a win and lose. But this is just my experiences with ADD. Everyone is different, but this is just a warning. If your child is being diagnosed with ADD, see as many specialists as you can, and definitely try a low-carb diet. Talk to them first about diet before you're putting them on medication. It's always the healthiest option. Take care. I hope this video helpful, and I hope I haven't offended anybody by speaking my mind. It was a hard one, and I've waited a long time to talk about this because it's quite embarrassing. But it's something that definitely needs to be discussed. Take care. Stay seizure safe. Bye.